Is Mason Rudolph trying out for the Detroit Lions? Today we are discussing if Mason Rudolph is actually trying out for the Detroit Lions. Now, the reason why I bring this up is I was, scouring through Twitter. That's where I get most of my information these days. If you want to find a hot story, go through Twitter, try and find a source, and you'll find something. But I found this. I found this Twitter from a Detroit Lion, Tim Tweederman, a Detroit Lion beat writer, and he says this. Dan Campbell said somebody needs to step up. So right away, talking about the quarterback between David Blough and Tim Boyle for the backup job. Boyle is likely to start on Sunday in Pittsburgh. However, he hasn't ruled out bringing in another quarterback if the right guy fits with the Lions having the number 2 waiver claim. Is there a chance that Mason Rudolph is not only trying out for the backup job in Pittsburgh, but possibly the backup job with the Detroit Lions behind Jared Goff? Now, some may think, I want you guys to hold your personal, do you hate Mason? Do you love Mason? Aside for a brief moment. Is there something to this? Because another bloke, Andrew Filipponi, right, a Pittsburgh guy, he says a former NFL GM told him he thinks Mason Rudolph could be traded to the Lions by the end of the week. Now, however, that was back in August 16th, so it's now been 11 days since that has occurred, right? But let's stick with this notion just a little bit. The Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion, have Trubisky starting at number 1, possibly Kenny Pickett being number 2, and those guys are fighting it out for the quarterback number 1 job. Where does that leave Mason Rudolph? Is there a possible chance that Mason Rudolph actually can, maybe audition or try out, or what his play with on Sunday? Are the Lions going to be looking his way, right? Now, I did go back and look at Mason Rudolph over the past few games, right? And his numbers are pretty good. I think he's been playing pretty well. I'm not on the Mason hate train at all. I think he's playing, average or good to okay to be a backup and possibly a QB starter. But I think we all know it's going to be Trubisky or Kenny Pickett. Mason Rudolph versus the Seahawks in week 1. He went 9 for 15, 93 yards, 1 TD, and got 1 sack. He played okay. All right. He played okay. He did get that sack fumble. He recovered the ball, but then he threw that touchdown to George Pickens, right? Not too bad. Not that bad of numbers. Let's look to the next game when we verse the Jaguars. Mason Rudolph, 17 for 21, only 4 incompletions, 127, 1 TD, 0 in INTs, 0 sacks. Nothing too special, right? Nothing too special. The kind of the normal play that we would expect out of Mason Rudolph being back up. And we've already seen what he can do as a starter. I think he's 8-9 as a starter or something similar. But the question is, guys, it's not whether the Steelers are going to make him back up, right? Now, they cut Chris Oladukin, so my mind kind of thinks, well, if you cut Chris Oladukin, maybe you need to have three QBs. Why would you go and trade Mason Rudolph? However, right, if we go and look at the Lions quarterback play, it's pretty similar, right? It's pretty similar, okay? Tim Boyle this is the second game. Let me go to the first game. I believe this was the first game. David Blough and Tim Boyle in the first game versus the Falcons, right? David Blough went 18 for 28, 141, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions, 1 sack. Tim Boyle went 9 for 16, 111, 1 TD, and 1 interception. So already Mason's numbers are better. Not great, but they're just a little bit better. Of course, Jared Goff is going to be their starter 100%. And if we go to their second game, Tim Boyle versus the Colts, 12-15, 99 yards, 1 TD, 2 sacks. Played much better stat-wise. And I will put this point in. I'm only commenting off the stats. I didn't watch the game. I'm not a Detroit Lions fan. I don't overly care. But I'm just looking at the stats. So we'll put it that way. All right. David Blough, 16 for 22, 76 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception plus a sack. Now, in comparison to those numbers, I would probably say that Mason Rudolph is the better quarterback. 17 for 21, 1 TD, no sacks, and 9 for 15, 93 yards, 1 TD, 1 sack, right? But the most interesting note, I think, is pretty much from the first tweet I showed you guys. And that is Dan Campbell said somebody needs to step up. So there's a lot of pressure now on David Blau, Tim Boyle for the backup QB job. So it kind of begs the question or asks the question, right? It does ask the question, if it's Tim Boyle and David Blau heading towards that backup job, is Mason Rudolph trying out as well, right? Because the Lions scouts will be there, the Lions team, the Lions head coaches, the Lions offensive coordinator, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. But it does say something if there were to be a trade, because I don't think Mason Rudolph's going to be cut now, right? That tweet kind of, ensures that he might be waived and they got the second waiver position. But if Mason Rudolph plays well in this game, and depending what they want to do with quarterback, Trubisky, if he plays well, I think will be quarterback number 1. But then does Kenny Pickett come behind, is he behind him at number 2? And then where do you leave Rudolph? Is Rudolph just a nice, easy quarterback number 3? Or do you try and trade him to the Lions if they need that quarterback position behind Jared Goff? I want to hear your thoughts. I thought this was an interesting notion. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just thought it was interesting to bring up because the Detroit Lions beat writer, Tim 20man, said that Dan Campbell is pushing out some pressure, saying somebody needs to step up. So it's David Blau, Tim Boyle, or could it possibly, now I'm saying possibly, be Mason Rudolph? Call me crazy in this one, but it would be exciting to see if Mason Rudolph went out there and absolutely tore it up, right? And the opposing Lions struggle, which means our defense is playing better. Stop the run, get to the quarterback, sack them and force fumbles and interceptions. If the Lions quarterbacks backup struggle, Tim Boyle and the other bloke, already forgot his name. What's his name? Tim Boyle and... Sorry, I already forgot his name. David Blau. If those two blokes struggle, right, and Mason Rudolph looks 100% better, or 2 times better, we'll say that, then that's gonna provide an interesting, I think, an interesting week or two, where possibly there might be a trade in order. Who knows, right? Who knows? However, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully you enjoyed that thought process, because the Pittsburgh Steelers have 3 quarterbacks right now, and will they go into season with 3? Highly, I'd say there's a big chance where it will be Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, and Mason Rudolph. However, if Mason Rudolph plays really well versus the Lions this Sunday, he might increase his trade ability to another team, and that team just might be the Detroit Lions, who looks like they might need a backup. Now, my mate Derek from Detroit Lions Syndicate could probably say that's all hogwash. And if he makes it to the very end and say that's all hogwash, then what do I know? But it's going to be interesting if Mason Rudolph goes out there and throws a massive game and the opposing quarterback struggle, then the question needs to be asked yet again. All right, guys, thank you for checking out Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Hopefully you like the content. If you do like the content, hit that sub, hit that like. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.